from under the hill and over the hill, through civilizations built within the mountains and upon the trees, with vast deserts, both plain and black. A Lord of the Rings Total War could be a visually stunning game. The battle variety is endless, especially with the possible settlement designs. Each faction could be full of content and mechanics unique exclusively to them. I'm not a fan of heroes, yet these are heroes that I already know and love and would certainly welcome. You cannot deny that a Lord of the Rings Total War, done right, could break multiple video gaming records. It is the only title currently requested more than Medieval 3. Lord of the Rings Total War is possible, and this video will explain why. First of all, don't be that whiner kid who has already gone down to the comments and posted, we have mods. Yes, I am aware mods are out there, but the mods truly fail to really capture Middle-earth due to engine limitations. As great as those modders may be, they are limited in ways that a fully funded standalone game won't be. Okay then, so why is it possible? The main issue and argument to be suggested as to why it will be avoided comes from the price. The license fee to Middle-earth Enterprises and the Tolkien estate and whoever else owns it. Amazon bought the license rights to Middle-earth for a believed estimate of £200 million. First things first, that is not necessarily the same price the Creative Assembly will need to pay. First of all, Amazon are buying the rights to do mostly whatever they want with multiple series, whereas CA could perhaps get a cheaper deal but have it more fixed and restricted to the law. In addition to this, they could also go for a percentage of the sales system, which they seem to have taken for Warhammer. Games Workshop, I believe, gets a cut rather than just one big time payment. Either way though, we are still talking a lot of money. Or are we? Is it really a lot in the grand scheme of things? Now, one thing that people need to understand is that the Creative Assembly is much bigger than most people think and is owned by an even larger company, Sega. Now, I do not know the full details. Very few people do, so all information really is speculation. However, still, according to the internet and share prices, things can be calculated and estimated. Sega apparently has £1 billion in the bank spare. In addition to this, we know that Troy had 7.5 million downloads during the free period. We also know that the Epic Store has promised to pay full price for every free game claimed. That is at least £250 million made right there in one day. Plus other sales, plus any other money Epic paid CA for the exclusivity, plus, that 7.5 million is only downloads. It does not include the people who claimed the game and plan to download it at a later date. And guess what? That 250 million, that's not taxed, because they said they will invest it all back into Total War. So minus development cost, and still Troy's launch day alone covers the cost of the maximum the Lord of the Rings license could possibly be, which I don't think will be that high for them, but let's say it is 200 million just for argument's sake. It also covers the game's development as well, if you were to look into the average cost of a AAA game. So Troy alone, in one day, covers the development of Troy, it covers the development of the next title, and it covers the license fee for The Lord of the Rings, if they were to invest it into that. The Creative Assembly is much bigger than most people actually seem to think, and also more successful. They are one of the oldest video game companies from Britain still going. It also needs to be understood that they are pumping out a new game every single year, plus DLC. They have a historical team, they have a Three Kingdoms content team, they have the fantasy content team, they have the team working on Warhammer 3, then they have their team in Sophia, the new one, making Troy. They have a team making a new third-person shooter, and they once had their arena team. And who knows what else they have, but have not yet announced. That there is at least 7 full development teams working constantly, with a confirmed total of over 500 members of staff. In addition to this, just take a look here at the other benefits that staff can get from working with the Creative Assembly. This here is one of their job offer sites and is for almost everyone. Creative Assembly developers get season ticket travel loans and cycle to work schemes, free biking service and discounted car valet service on site, free games and merchandise, free breakfast every day, toast, bagels, pancakes, cereals, yogurts, fresh fruit, smoothies, juices, milkshakes, and more in our fully stocked kitchen, an employee assistant program, and confidential well-being sessions, massage therapy, discounts on home technology, travel insurance, corporate gym membership, cinema tickets, holidays, trips out and IKEA vouchers, parties, Christmas parties at CA, free Japanese lessons, life drawing, creative writing and Pilates classes of all things. It just keeps on going, access to sponsored walks, and yet they also are willing, from what I read above, to relocate you and your family to wherever their studio's going to be. Discounts with local businesses, including estate agents and, local shops. Whew. Okay, I may have gone a little bit too deep into that, but the basic idea of it was just to show, how much money they are actually spending and investing everywhere. It is crazy, the amount of money that the Creative Assembly is making. And a lot of people don't seem to actually understand how big they really are. From a lot of comments that are usually saying they don't have the money, they're really putting a very small, limited view on what the Creative Assembly actually is. When it comes to the rights for The Lord of the Rings, it is of course expensive, but in all honesty I don't think it is impossible for the Creative Assembly, especially if backed by Sega, especially if they go by a percentage deal. Also, just look at the large variety of games that already exist set in Middle-earth. However, are they interested? Yes. Firstly, it fits with their new theme perfectly, of trying to add fantasy elements and heroes. Wherever possible, look no further than Three Kingdoms or Troy. Once their deal with Warhammer ends, I really won't be surprised if that team continues with fantasy rather than returning to historical, because they already have a historical team. My second point, and this is an interesting one, it fits the Creative Assembly's purpose. That is right, CA has an alternate purpose, other than making money for Sega. Sega is a Japanese company that wished to expand and reach a more Western audience. That's why after the launch of Rome Total War, they acquired the Creative Assembly and the rights to Total War, to spread over into Europe. We have seen Shogun 2 and 3 Kingdoms, but primarily the games have been Eurocentric. I see a lot of people complaining and calling CA racist for being Eurocentric, mostly in my own comment section. However, in truth, it is owned by a Japanese company that felt they were too focused on their own markets and wanted to expand outwards. Warhammer has a very Western culture focus also, so is The Lord of the Rings. It is very popular, especially in Britain, and so it would also fit their appealing to Westerners approach there. Now, if they did get access, time to talk about how this could possibly work. DLC. Like with Warhammer, to cover the license rights and make the same amount of money, expect to see a lot of DLC. The truth is, they will have to milk it heavily, which, to be honest, I would not personally mind, as more content is more content, even if we do have to pay extra. Expect to see DLC that focuses on special, scripted campaigns, such as Frodo destroying the ring, or the story of the Hobbit, much like what Third Age did. Expect culture packs for all the lesser major powers, such as Dale, the Hobbits, Runic tribes. Personally though, I would love to see them take the Warhammer trilogy approach, but Game 1 focuses on the first age, Game 2 on the second age, and all of that to build up some super hype for Game 3, The Lord of the Rings, which focuses on the third age. That would build up so much excitement and allow them to drag it out over a whole decade, yet at the same time not have it boring, as each age would be incredibly different and build up from the last. This would be incredible. Imagine the mechanics. Every faction is so unique that it could open up a wide range of possibilities. However, this is not a speculation video. This is just me explaining why I think it is possible for the Creative Assembly to make a Lord of the Rings game, and why I think it will happen. Feel free to, of course, post your own opinion down below. However, understand that none of you can reach an intelligence as high as mine, and you are all wrong and stupid. Anywho, subscribe for more, like and share with anyone you think may be interested. Anyone you think is wanting to see a Lord of the Rings Total War. If this video gets 2 likes, I will make the game myself. And until tomorrow's video, goodbye.